Today we are going to talk about revising our work. When you revise something, you change it to make it better. Last week on Friday, you started writing a story, and Miss Nina wrote a story about her dog Belle. Today we're going to look at the chart about revising our work, and we're going to see if we need to make any changes to our writing. So if you look at the chart, you can see at the top it says revise your work. Add sentences or details that you need. So if something's not clear or something doesn't sound right, you can add sentences to give more information. Remove sentences or details that you don't need. So if you wrote something but you don't really think it has anything to do with the main topic of your story, you can take it out to make your story more clear. Move words or sentences to better organize. So if you were writing a story and you said that you went to bed, but you brushed your teeth before you went to bed, and you read a story before you went to bed, you might want to change that order and put brushing your teeth first, reading the story, then going to bed. So you can change the order of your sentences to be better organized and have it to make more sense. Or you can change around the words in a sentence. Sometimes we may get our words mixed up, or sometimes we may think it sounds better to change the order. So today we're going to think about revising our work. Do we need to add sentences or details? Do we need to remove sentences or details? Do we need to organize it better? Or do we need to change up words or sentences? So Miss Nina is going to put her story that I worked on Friday up here for us to look at. So let's reread it together. I let my dog Belle in the yard to play ball. Next, Belle ran to the mud and rolled in it. I took her to the water hose to wash her. Last, we both ended up wet and mad. So as I was reading my story earlier and thinking about the revising chart, I kind of highlighted a couple of parts that I thought I might need to add some details to. So if you look over here in my writing, you can see I highlighted right here. So my sentence says, when I took her to the water hose, then I took her to the water hose to wash her. And I thought that it might be a little more clear if I changed to wash her to I took her to the water hose to wash the mud off of her. So I'm going to grab my marker and I'm going to change that. Now, you may remember from kindergarten, we're not going to erase. We're just going to line it out and write above it. So then I took her to the water hose to, and I'm going to put leave wash the mud off. I hope I have room. I'm going to write those little tiny F's. There we go. So let's see how that sounds now. Then I took her to the water hose to wash the mud off. So there's just a little more information. It's a little clearer. I also, as I was reading that sentence, it says, then I took her. I'm wondering if maybe I need to line her out and put Belle. That way people who are reading my story will not get confused. They'll know that I'm talking about Belle. I noticed one other place that I might want to add something to my story or change something up, change the word up, because it says last we both ended up wet and mad. But somebody who's reading the story might forget or might not know who I'm talking about when I say we. So I'm going to line out we, and I'm going to put last, Belle, and I both ended up wet and mad. I think that might sound better. I'm going to reread the story. First, I let my dog Belle in the yard to play ball. Next, Belle ran to the mud and rolled all in it. Then I took Belle to the water hose to wash the mud off. Last, Belle and I both ended up wet and mad. I think that sounds better. So today, I want you to pull out your piece of writing that you worked on and see if you can find something that maybe you need to add a sentence or details to. Maybe you need to remove something that doesn't sound right. Maybe you need to move words around to be better organized, or sentences around. Or maybe you just need to change up a word or a sentence. Kind of like I changed up her and made it Belle. Or I added some information so that you know I washed the mud off. So you take a look at your work and see if you need to revise and change your story in some way. Remember, we're not going to erase, we're just going to line it out and write above it. I look forward to seeing your writing soon.